Hey guys, I'm Hamza. I'm going to start a new challenge. We've got here 7 problems and 1 mock test. I will try to solve all these problems and explain what I've done to solve it. What approach of thinking did I use to solve them? In today's episode, we got plus minus problem. So let's dive in. First, to solve any problem, you should understand what have you got. So let's get it one by one. Given an array of integers, calculate the ratio of its elements that are positive, negative, and 0. Print the decimal value of each fraction on a new line, with 6 places after the decimal. So, what is meant by this? Clearly, we are given an array of integers. We should get the ratio of its elements. So, how could we get that ratio? It's simple. Just get the element you want to get its ratio and divide it by the total count. The total count is a number of elements in the array. In our example, we should get the ratio of negative and positive and 0. But there is a small note. We should return a decimal with 6 places on the right side. So, let's look at a few examples to make things clear. First, we are given an array. For example, array that contains 1 and 1, 0 and -1 and -1. The return should be like this: 0.4 and 0.4 and 0.2. Can you guess why? Okay, clearly because here we got 2 on a 5. 2, which is the two positive numbers, that is 1 and 1. And here we got 2 also because we got 2 negative numbers, which is -1 and -1. At the end, we got 0.2, which is 1 on 5. 1 is the element 0. Okay, so 5 is the total elements of this array. So let's have a look on another example. We are given an array that contains -4, 3, -9, 0, 4, and 1. So the return should be like this: 0.5 for the positive numbers, 0.3 for the negative numbers, and 0.166667 for the 0. Okay, I believe we have clarified everything. So let's dive in and get started. Okay, first I'm going to create a variable called total count. This will get the total elements in that array. And then I'm going to create a variable called positive count. This will get only the positive elements in that array. So array.count. Okay, here n represents the elements in that array. So where n is greater than 0. Now, I'll create a variable for negative count, array.count. Here also we are using lambda expression. So where n is lower or less than 0, we would get that element. Now we're going to create a variable for 0 count, array.count, where n is equal to 0. Okay, now I'm going to print the result in the console. Okay, sorry. So dot right line. So here I'm going to use typecasting, okay, which means I'm converting what I want to print before performing the division. Okay, now positive count divided by total count. Okay, now we need to make only 6 places on the right side of the decimal. So here we're going to string f6. So this is for the positive count. Now we are going to print the negative count. Okay, we're going to typecasting decimal. Okay, negative count divided by total count. Okay, here we also need to set it to only 6 places on the right side of the decimal. Sorry. Okay, F6. We got an error here. Okay. So now we need to do the zero count. So console dot write line. Okay. Here we also need to typecasting for decimal. Oh, okay. Zero count divided by total count. Okay. We need also to convert it to only 6 places on the right side. So to string F6. Okay. That's great. Okay, we need to add this here. Okay. We are all set. Let's try to run our code and see the results. Okay, great. We are on the road. So here is the input, here is my output, and here is the expected output. So that's really good. Okay, let's see test case 1. Okay, input, my output, expected output. That's all great. Okay, let's try to submit our code. Okay, we passed all the test cases. Okay, that's great. So, see you in the next video. We're going to solve another problem. So, see you later, guys. Stay tuned for the upcoming video.